I'm gonna sue you for manslaughter.
First
This
off,
what's going down now in America.
Manslaughter
Chris is
of
like-
my weave.
Chris is-
Weave slaughter.
We're gonna do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Everybody smile. Big smile. Very nice. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Heroes Peak podcast. I am your host, Chris. We're here with a group of wonderful friends of mine to have a Thanksgiving feast. Not really. And to talk about whatever the hell we feel like today in popular culture. With me today, I have a couple of wonderful people from around the world. Well, no, mostly just for this hemisphere. We're going to talk to Brooksy. How you doing, Brooks?
I'm great. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing?
Why are you so happy on Mondays?
Oh.
I'm just happy to have great company on Monday evenings.
Oh,
rats. All right.
God. Extra
Michael,
sweet with that.
Michael, are you gonna share that same emotional resolve as Brooks just did?
Oh, hell no. I'll be glad when it's Friday.
I know, right? Mondays are the worst.
Do you have like a different chair you sit in for Friday?
Me?
That's
Yeah,
a
it doesn't-
Sunday.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have
you have your,
spice
like-
on the seat.
Your Monday through Thursday chair, and then you have like a special Friday chair,
That's right.
or is it just a Friday edible?
Every day's inedible.
All right, and then James, how you doing today, James?
Doing well, man. I heard the announcement. The GSA has approved and certified Heroes Peak move on to the second season administration. So about time,
Finally.
man. You know,
It only went through a 3-week delay. Why are we so worried, right?
I know.
Only 3 weeks to hype everybody up to prepare to not trust the election.
Yes, thank you, Michigan.
Thank you, Michigan.
Thank you, Michigan and Pennsylvania courts.
Well, they also gave us Tom Brady, so what else are you going to say?
Uh,
All right, and
and
finally,
the Fab
of course,
Five.
Keith, are you happy on this happy Monday?
Yes. And I'm black by popular demand.
Oh, man. Yes, that's us. That's the group. We're here to talk about a few things. Let's go down our list as provided by wonderful Michael. Yes, I'm calling you Michael all day today.
Is a government name.
That's your government name. Provided by the white people, by the white man, right?
That's the white man's name.
I guess it was in the Bible, so what does that mean?
All right. That wasn't written by white man.
No, exactly.
All right. So what do we got here? We've got some news. We're going to talk about a little bit about Wonder Woman, about Christmas, Fresh Prince. Then we're going to talk about some Thanksgiving movies here, if we can actually talk about Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving movies, or if we're like retail and we talk about it for 5 seconds and jump right over it, go right to Christmas. And then we are going to actually spend the bulk of our time. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost jumped right over it. We're going to have a Brooksy Bites, breakfast at Brooksy's. I don't know what we're calling it yet. Maybe vote on it, or she can just make a decision for once.
Yes, a poll.
A poll. Yes, we can have an internet poll because we know
Yeah.
those never get gamed. All right. It's going to be Brooksy McBrooksy face or something like that. All right, and then we're gonna our big discussion is gonna be Gangs of London. If we don't get turned off by the R rating of the show. All right, so let's start here. We're gonna start with the big news for Christmas Day. Wonder Woman 1984 is being released on HBO Max and in theaters simultaneously to compete with Monster Hunter, which is the important one, right? Everybody's going to see Monster Hunter instead.
What is Monster Hunter? I didn't. I
Monster-
haven't
what
even
is
heard
It's
of it.
Milia Jovovich
Oh,
movie.
Oh, and our husband is the director, right?
Right, with the big
Yep.
giant swords.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
nobody's really going to see that. They put
No
that
one's
out
gonna
there.
see it.
Wow.
They put that there so they have an excuse for why it failed.
Pretty
But-
much.
We're really going for Wonder Woman 84 in the theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously. What do we think?
Well,
move.
let's be clear. HBO Max. It's not like where Disney Plus gave us, Hamilton
Mulan.
or Mulan, sorry, and charged you extra to watch
It is like
or rent
Hamilton.
it.
It's just part of your.
But HBO Max is going to be if you have a subscription of HBO Max, you'll see it for free without additional payment. So,
So
that's a big difference there.
So the big numbers I saw were apparently like 30 million people have access to HBO Max, but they don't know they have it because they just have an HBO subscription and they have no clue they can access it. So we'll see if
What I really wanted to get at knowing that is I don't think it's a good move for Warner Brothers, but I think that they have no choice because even with the vaccine coming down the pipeline and, movie theaters possibly opening by May, this movie's been on the back burner for a while. Remember, it's supposed to be released in November 2019, and it was pushed because they didn't want to go against Frozen 2. Then came the pandemic, so it was pushed even further and further. So here we are looking at 2021, 2 years later, and Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot are about to drop this whitewash Israel Egyptian movie. They got to get the marketing around that. So,
what movie?
oh, you didn't see
She's
the
about
what was
to
it
be
called?
She's about to be
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
Yeah.
But Cleopatra's Greek.
Yeah, she's Greek. Like it's not.
No, I'm
Really?
not saying her per se, but all the cast I've seen so far, there's no.
Oh, I'm sure though. Yeah, I'm sure every.
That's what
all
I'm
the
getting at.
actual
Not
Egyptians are
Cleopatra
gonna be
herself.
white.
Yeah, I know her whole family
I'll
was
go.
incestuous
Interesting.
Greek.
I
I
don't
get that part.
remember that.
So it seems like they want to move forward from the project being Wonder Woman 84 to get to what they need. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers needs to get some money back for the production because they got to pay back, the staff and everyone that had contracts in that movie. So I felt like they had no choice but to go this route of the simultaneous movie theater and HBO Max. But they could have at least charged HBO Max how Disney Plus was doing for Mulan, like $10 or something.
I think they're leaving money on the table. Even $5,
time.
a nominal fee.
Big time.
I
Yeah.
don't understand why these things don't become like. I mean, you could have made it like a pay-per-view ish kind of deal. Like just
Yeah.
like there should be like a theater channel, a movie like what's in theaters, and you pay for it. Like if you're at a theater, and just pay for the movie you want to see.
That's not a
Correct.
bad idea, Keith. You could even have like an interactive aspect to it where like we could all watch a movie
Yeah,
together.
they already have the technology, the whole
Yeah.
Like I could,
So I think there was a thing like this about, I don't know, after COVID, everything seems like 100 years ago, but they basically said for like $1,000 or like $10,000, you can become your own theater in a way.
Oh,
in that
damn.
you can get first run in theater movies through a special box that you buy, but it was basically for really rich people who had a lot of money to spend. It wasn't for people at home to pay a ticket. I mean, they barely even do this. They don't do this one ticket per viewing with anything big. Everything is you have to buy a huge package. So like the NFL, I can't just go and buy access
one game.
to one game. I have to buy the entire season, whatever. It's nobody does
I
this.
feel
and it's
like-
weird.
I
but
feel like
pay-per-view
James would get
movies are
that.
not sorry, Brooks.
I said I feel like James would get that. He probably spends
James would
$10,000 a
definitely
year
get
on movies.
James would
Yeah, I
def-
gotta
and
get the
plenty of
wife's
people-
blessing.
And plenty of people with families would get that.
Well, I that's what their fear is, that people who would drag 2 or 3 kids to the movies and pay $50 would instead pay $10 and get a.
or even $20 and just like make my own popcorn in here for these
Right.
little rugrats.
But I think what they're missing is 10 times as many parents who don't bring their kids because they have 3 children and it costs them $50
Exactly.
to go to the movies would drop $10 for a first run movie at home.
Yeah, like this movie, why not just give us $9.99 and then people will flock
Well, that's the
to
thing.
it?
Everybody was complaining that Mulan. Why is Mulan $30? Well, it's $30 because people will watch it with groups of people, which I think is a
Right.
silly number.
Yeah,
I don't
the
think.
price-
I thought you
price
get to
point has
own it
to
too,
do-
though. As long as you have a Disney Plus, you'll get to own that video. Watch
Yeah,
it.
anything that's on a subscription, you still don't own it, whether you own quote unquote.
Yeah, as soon as you cancel, your subscription's over.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of silly that way, but it's like, I get it, I get the idea, but it's, to me, it just doesn't financially make sense. I would think you'd get so many more people by cutting that number in half, making it sound reasonable. Like, here it costs you 2 tickets worth of money, so $14, $15, $16 to get this, which is what a normal month's worth of Disney Plus or any of the most of the
Oh.
services.
So the only thing I'm going to add is I think it depends on the movie. If you're talking about a family film, I would charge more
Mm-mm.
because the entire family is going to sit around and watch. So it's the pricing model they had first talked about when they wanted to release theater movies at home. It was like $60 for 24, 48 hours to watch.
Shit.
And that would cover, that's because the entire family would sit around and watch it. So if you're talking about a Disney or Pixar release, you know that the adults and the kids are going to sit around and watch it, right? So you
Well,
charge $60 because it's think about $10 a head for a ticket, right? At the theater.
but you can't do that. Math does not equal out because you'll get more people who will, oh, I don't have to go to the theater, and I literally don't have to watch this crappy Scooby-Doo version. I can just stick the kids in front of it. I don't have to pay for myself. I'll pay $10 or $15.
Yeah, I don't think it's direct.
I think
Chris is
60,
right.
30.
Well, that's why I
even.
said it depends on the movie, right?
Yeah.
I think that's even worse of an idea. I think parents are going to be more money crunch than your average couple sitting at home who would go out and watch a rated R movie, right? So I think your numbers, they're thinking these, oh, well, the whole family
Well,
will go.
I'm not saying it's correct either. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
thinking like a studio head, right? Like how can I get the most money out of this if I'm gonna not put
Right.
it in the theater?
Yeah, so let's focus on Wonder Woman, 1984, which,
Yeah.
the first
That's-
movie did extremely well
Mhm.
in the theaters. It had repeat viewings. And now here we are out again with what looks to be even a better storyline based on the trailers and whatnot.
Mhm.
So there's money to be get there, whether you do it on stream or in a movie theater. Why not put $10, $20, maybe not $60, $20? You get to own it on HBO Max.
Yeah, it seems
That-
like a weird, it's very weird to me.
That's
that they
like,
didn't put
I don't know the numbers. That's probably like $40-50 million right there.
right? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows what Warner Brothers has been very good at failing really recently. And I know they're gonna tweet about how, oh, see, Disney charged you $30. We're not. Just get HBO Max, man.
And Disney made that money, so that,
Right. We were looking at numbers earlier that Mulan was in the top 10 of streamed movies. Of course, a month later it became free, but we know Disney movies, people bought it. It's just, I think it's just another point that Warner Brothers is really flailing. It was their golden goose, and now they're just throwing it out there just to be.
yeah, that's a good point. Like they were talking about Suicide Squad 2. Who cares? This was it. This is what everybody who cared about DC really cared about, was this movie.
Well, they're banking on Aquaman 2 as well. So.
I mean,
I know
that's fine.
I know you don't
Aquaman
like
was
it, but
was successful.
Yeah, it made money for them, so they're gonna milk that cash cow, right?
I think Wonder Woman was a different breed in that it brought goodwill back to the studio and to the DC brand after flailing with BVS and with Suicide Squad, which all made reasonable
Justice
money,
League.
but it wasn't attracting a general audience. It wasn't
Shazam.
So,
Right.
you know what, too? I'm thinking, I wonder if they should. I know they've been waiting for Wonder Woman, but I wonder if they should have released it after Snyder Cut.
No, I think they're just going to build up more of a base as soon as they can for HBO Max. They want subscriptions.
You stop. You're on.
Hot mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just noticed.
So yeah,
Eric over here.
they just want subscriptions for HBO Max. That's what they're going for. But I think they really could have charged a nominal fee, still looked good in it, and still made a bunch of money back.
I think like that's a good kind of barometer though, like because we have to look at movie distribution differently now.
Mhm.
Like the movie theater isn't the only access point. So honestly, I feel like what's trying to happen right now is like technology is moving things forward, and like people are trying to actually like prop up the movie theater, the old school movie theater paradigm.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think until they figure out a way to make money the other route, yeah, they're gonna be defending it all the way to.
But it's really the movie theater interest that's defending it. Like a movie can be profitable. Like you can move it digitally. Like in fact, that's direct profit. Like I can move it to HBO Max, and like whatever deal you make with them, like however many new subscribers becomes the new thing that you rate how effective a movie is.
Yeah.
But then you have those studios that don't have partnerships with like Disney or
then
Hulu.
They got the movie theaters.
Then they go to AMC and they go to Lowe's and say,
got the movie theaters.
Yeah.
What does HBO care about the movie theaters? Like that, like it's kind of like, yeah, people will go maybe eventually at some point, but like cats are getting used to the system.
Don't be surprised if Paramount and Sony start using PS5 to stream their own movies and stuff.
And with 5G, the capability, like you're talking about way quicker access to things and I don't know.
I think
I'd be scared if I feel like I look at the movie theater as I look at the same way I look at New York yellow cabs. It's kind of like, yeah, you were fighting against Uber, but like Uber is going to win.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be,
or like the New York Times hard copy press, paper
I'll
press.
still take a gypsy cab any day over.
Paper journals and newspapers.
Only because it's cheaper.
Yeah, I really have to say that we have talked about this before, that the end of theaters will be saved by the big movie companies, and it'll eventually become a single distribution network, and then they can turn on the tap or turn it off to the theaters however they want, because it's no longer an issue as a separate business. Because right now the problem is it's a separate business with separate people, and they have one thing, and that's people coming in. They have no relation specifically to Disney or Sony or whatever. And until they do, the hard part is not that I care whether I watch in my living room or I go to the theater. Some people might, but the issue is I know there's about 20 people out of work in every cinema across the nation, and that sucks.
Yeah,
I'd like to see them open, but I think it's okay to shut them down for now and just be like, do what Canada's doing and give everybody a couple $100 a month. That's a different discussion. All right.
Discussion for a different time.
So, Mike, I'm going to pass over to you for your deep, heartfelt.
So you can tell Chris doesn't pay attention to the chat notes during the show.
He's busy hosting, man. He's busy hosting. I don't have time to read your chats, especially when it comes from you.
I literally have three screens open. I have a tablet, my computer, and my phone. All have different things on them.
Well, you have to focus.
The focus.
No, we're gonna jump to the Animaniacs now. To say
No, we're not.
Yes,
I'm going to say Fresh Prince reunion, Mike.
Yeah, let's skip Animaniacs. Let's just do Fresh Prince.
Okay, we can skip it. The only thing I have to say was a good reunion. Made me tear up a couple times because it was nice to, especially.
Can you elaborate on the tearing up part?
Yeah, so I mean, there was a couple segments in there that were really good. They did a memorial thing for James Avery, who played Uncle Phil.
Yeah,
he passed away in 2003, so that was really nice. Everybody, so you know, they all gathered around in the studio and they were sitting around talking about the show. Excuse me.
Well, did they had both aunts or just aunt that
Well,
played
yeah,
the last?
hang on, I'll get to it.
Now you
And
get to
so they did the segment for Uncle Phil, and everybody there was sitting around was crying because he meant a lot to them, right? Like he used to push them. He was like a big theater.
He was a vet
actor.
actor in the show.
Yeah, he was classically trained, and
Is that when
Will-
you started crying, Mike?
Oh yeah, big time. And so Will was talking about how like, because you know when he got hired, he never acted before.
Yeah, he looked it.
He didn't know what he was doing, and he said James Avery pushed him to be way better. So
There were scenes of him the first season where he was mouthing off the lines of the other actors,
yeah,
and you still see it. Like they didn't cut it out because he was trying to remember his
Oh.
lines. By
you know that scene where Will's dad disappears on again. You know that famous scene, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
"Why didn't he want me?" So Will was talking about that scene, and he said the first time they did that, he messed up the line. And so he was so angry. He was like literally cursing and screaming before they were getting ready to do the take again.
Mhm.
So James Avery looked at him. He said, "Look at me right now. Use that." And that's how he got that performance out of him, because he was so mad about messing it up the first time. So then he took that emotion and put it into the scene. And that's how they got that great scene from that show. The other thing was the original Aunt Viv, you know, she left the show after the third season. And there was a whole big to-do, like that she had gotten fired and this and that. So you get
wanted
to
more
hear-
money.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case at all. Well, she did want more money, but there was a reason behind it. She was really underpaid at the time. She was pregnant also. She was going through some bad stuff at home. And she tells the story. They have her on the show. She did a good interview. And Will hadn't talked to her in 27 years. And he got together with her and sat down and talked to her. And
Wow.
they hashed it out. Yeah. And then she came onto the set with everybody else. So that was really good.
Good.
Yeah, and
Good.
that
Viv was
yeah,
my favorite.
hearing all that stuff, oh man. And then seeing all the old clips with the Carlton dance and all that stuff, you know, it brings back a lot of memories. I was saying earlier, we grew up
Tatiana
with it.
Ali, they were there too.
Yeah. Hillary was there. Tatiana Ali,
Alfonso,
was there, and Jeffrey was there. I don't
Jeffrey.
know.
Oh, Jeffrey, he's
Yeah.
alive still.
What
He
about
looked good, man. He looked really good. He's getting up there in age, but
like from
surprisingly-
St. Lucia or something, Caribbean.
what about DJ Jazzy Jeff?
yeah, Jeff was there.
Okay.
And they talked
Did he,
about
did, I was gonna say, did they throw him out the door?
no, but they talked about how they filmed like 150 takes of that so they could use it over and over. Oh, and one thing I never knew is that they filmed it whenever he gets thrown out of the house. He's wearing the same shirt. So if you see a scene with him walking in the house with that shirt on, you know he's gonna get
That
thrown
was
out
when they
later.
did
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It is.
So check it out. It's on our private TV network.
Wow.
Back to you, Chris.
Did anybody else watch it? I didn't see it, and I've been
Serena
dying to
watched
watch it.
I didn't see it. I was gonna.
What did
Serena
she-
watched it.
what did
I think I
Serena
didn't get
think?
her feedback. I'll get her
okay.
feedback in a second.
I've watched a couple of the clips, specifically the Aunt Viv basically telling Will that, yeah, you really screwed me over, man. And I mean, he was what? He was 20 something.
Yeah, the thing is, he was going around saying she was hard to work with, blah blah blah. Like
He
doing-
didn't know what he was doing.
No,
to her
he was
career.
towing the studio line at the time. Like she
Mhm.
wanted more money, and so basically the studio was like putting out press releases that she was fired, but she quit. She didn't. They offered her a contract for shitty money, and she just refused to sign it.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
That's
it's-
Hollywood for you.
yeah,
we've heard this quite a bit about Hollywood. And
Yeah, I remember Suzanne Summers in Three's Company.
Oh,
I remember a lot of
yeah.
folks.
so
exactly.
you never knew when somebody left a show what it was for, but you always assumed it was something.
And I feel like the studios and what you call it, they are the beginning of they begin those actual conspiracy theories about like, oh well, she wanted more money, and
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what part of the whole Weinstein thing was.
She was hard to work with, or he was hard to work with.
like,
Mhm.
because like they literally, like people literally painted her as being crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
I
the thing is
remember
now, like if Will had known now if he had known then what he knows now, they probably would have went to friends around and everybody was stuck together and said,
Hell yeah.
we all need to get the same money, you know? So
All right. Well, I did watch a few of the clips. It looks good. I'm just not a huge fan of reunion shows.
That's my
yeah, normally I'm not either, right? But I was like,
Well, like the who is it? James Corden has been doing reunions of various TV shows on Zoom or something. Is it James Corden or
I think so. Yeah, the late guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Been doing Zoom, big cast old movies,
Hmm.
stuff like that. So some people have a lot of fun with it. All right. So I'm gonna pause.
No,
you go,
we're
Mike.
still on the. We're still. Are we moving on to Thanksgiving?
Yes, we're gonna move on to Thanksgiving. Don't worry, I got it covered.
No, I
So-
thought we were going to do Animaniacs. What happened to that?
I've got it covered.
Did anyone watch Animaniacs or I didn't watch it.
I did.
I didn't want.
All
Carry
right.
on, sir.
We weren't supposed to. It was a last minute ad. So we are going to talk about in a couple of days Thanksgiving, the American holiday in which we were lied to as children for many years. We're going to do two things. First, we're going to pick a movie. I'm going to open it up either Thanksgiving theme, either has a Thanksgiving moment or like everybody's around for they talk about Thanksgiving, or if you can't think of one because they are rather rare, you can just do a big family meal movie, a movie with a cool meal scene that can be related to Thanksgiving. Sure, why not? So I'm gonna go Mike first. What's your Thanksgiving choice movie?
Excellent. Thanksgiving themed movie we're talking about, right?
Anything with a good
Anything
meal,
related to
anything
Thanksgiving.
Okay,
related.
well, my Thanksgiving go-to movie is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Man, I have not seen that in a long time.
Yeah, but that's a classic. Steve Martin and John Candy, rest in peace. Uncle Buck was on the other day too. Oh man, he was so
He's
good.
so good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite. What was the one where he was the writer?
Hmm.
John Candy.
Is that the one where he lived with his mom or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And yeah.
Any John Candy movie, definitely a recommendation. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, good one. I should have looked
So,
up where you
Let me
could actually.
quick
see
synopsis for those who haven't seen it.
Mhm.
Steve Martin is a corporate type, and he's in another city on a business meeting, trying to get home for Thanksgiving. His flight gets canceled. He meets John Candy at the airport, who says he's a shower ring salesman, and they're both stuck because they can't get home to Chicago. Oh, it's a what's the guy's name who does all these movies? 16 Candles. And
John Hughes.
John Hughes. This is a John Hughes film.
Really?
So they got to get home to Chicago, of course.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, and so they decide to rent a car together and take a train. So it's a big to do to get back home to Chicago, and it's hilarious. I don't even remember when this was released, like late '80s, right?
Late 80s, yeah. I've
Yeah.
only seen it once or twice on Channel 11 back in
Yeah.
the day.
Hmm.
So that's my pick.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go over to Brooks. Do you have a Thanksgiving theme movie you want to share?
I do. Thanks for asking. So obviously I had to Google this right before we started our podcast.
We all did. Don't worry.
Yeah, I did too.
All of us except Keith did.
I didn't have to
So-
Google anything. What you talking about, Willis?
All right. So I had to Google this right before we started. And I did not realize this was it's not really a Thanksgiving movie, but it was filmed on Thanksgiving Day. So therefore I am
There you go, that
qualifying
works.
it as a Thanksgiving movie. So The Last Waltz, which I'm sure is surprising to everybody that I'm talking about it, but
The last
it is-
Christoph Waltz?
That's
I
Waltz.
feel like that's a joke that I don't get.
Damn, Chris, I had that joke in my head too. I was like, no, it's not gonna land. Don't.
It didn't
don't
land.
do it.
Don't worry. I dropped the bad jokes in here. Let me do it for you. All right, go ahead.
Dad jokes.
So yeah, The Last Waltz. It's actually one of my all-time favorite movies. Surprisingly,
Oh my god.
it's really good.
Look it
I
up.
lived in Park City, Utah for 5 years of my life, so I was introduced to other music than what I traditionally have grown up listening to. So it is like not a biography. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a film about the last concert from the Canadian American rock group, The Band, and it was held on Thanksgiving, November 25th, 1976.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
Mm.
Okay.
And
That's interesting.
it was filmed by Martin Scorsese. Documentary, that's what I was looking for. It's filmed by Martin Scorsese. And it's actually really, really interesting. And has, I don't want to like go into the whole film synopsis,
Pretty high on
but
Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic and IMDb.
it's great. I mean, it's got a lot of artists performing: Muddy Waters, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, Van Morrison, Neil Diamond, Eric Clapton.
Ooh.
You know, a lot of like people from that era performing, and it's really, really interesting. And I also really I like music documentaries, especially kind of the behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, that's my pick, and that's what I'm going with.
Damn
That
good
was
pick.
not on my radar.
I know.
Good one.
Do that
Good pick.
curveball.
Thank you.
That's right. All right, Keith, give us a Thanksgiving theme movie.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog's Day. It's classic. Classic.
I just feel like I've always watched that around Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Oh, wait a minute. Does that take place around Thanksgiving or in?
No, I mean, not literal Groundhog's Day, but the movie is not about.
Oh, the movie's just popular around Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, like
It's-
just growing up. Like I mean, yeah, just like I just recall that movie around Thanksgiving all the time.
Gotcha.
So there's always a question of how many lives did he live? Did you guys ever have that discussion?
I've never counted.
Well, the question is whether he was there infinity number of times because of how good he was at everything. Like, can you learn that in the 20 times they show in the movie, or was
Dude.
he there for like 100 years?
I feel like that movie may have been the pinnacle of Bill Murray's comedic roles other than Ghostbusters. I can't think of.
I
Like-
loved it actually.
It was great because it wasn't as it had some slapstick elements and some one-liners, but it wasn't like
It wasn't cheesy. Like
cheesy full-blown
No,
comedy
It
that
wasn't like
way.
Caddyshack or.
Right. Yeah, where he's playing
Nah,
a
he was.
bit.
He was
Didn't
good,
feel
man.
like a bit. It felt like a movie that was funny.
He was
Plus
like
it had
It was like that Lakers three-peat in 2000, man. Peak.
all right.
No, James. No.
Just saying, trying to find some good analogies here for our audience to come.
I think they might know what Groundhog's Day. If you don't know what Groundhog's Day is, go look it up. It's
Look it up.
important to watch. All right, James, you give us your.
Much like Brooks, I also looked this up right before the pod, and I found a dark horse here. I'm surprised. Give you a hint. Woo-ha! I'm in the dark here.
I have no idea what the hell you just did.
Blazing
That's
Saddles.
exactly what it was like when James was hosting, by the way.
Woo-ha! I'm in the dark here. Is Sin of a Woman with Al Pacino.
Oh man, I have never watched that movie.
I've never watched that movie.
You guys all need to watch that movie. That movie, Actually, he won an Oscar for that movie.
I'm sure it's a good
Mhm.
movie.
Best actor over Godfather and every other role he's ever done. Scarface.
That's one of
That
those.
movie was what the movie they said finally, man, this dude went over the top. Let's just give him the Oscar.
No, that's
Here you
one of
go.
those. We're sorry we didn't give you the Oscar already. Just take it.
Yeah.
And you know this
But
one.
if you
isn't the
see
best.
how over the top and freaking braggadocious his character was, he played. First of all right. The reason why I picked this one because I didn't realize until now, the movie takes place over Thanksgiving weekend. That's that qualifies it. But really, what it's about is the fact that he's a retired, like an army lieutenant or a general, or whatnot, and he's like at the point where he's not senile, but he needs help. Right? He refuses to get help because he's old school military. He's like, he's got he's got a dog and a cane, and he thinks he'll get by. So apparently, someone left him, I think, in their will, the care and auspices of this rich kid at a prep school, played by Chris O'Donnell, who's supposed to take care of him. And I guess his job starts around Thanksgiving break because he's home from school. And Chris O'Donnell's like trying to help this dude, and Al Pacino is just like, bah, eh! Like he's going, the woo-ha, I'm in the dark here, whatever. And I think there's a court case that happens where he has to testify, and he's trying to explain to the lawyer the details of what he knows because of his other senses, and he gets overly, Al Pacino gets overly emotional, like when he yells I'm in the dark here, that means he's all alone. He's got nobody. Even people are trying to help him, but he doesn't want help. He just wants to be able to see again and stuff like that. And he actually winds up helping Chris O'Donnell's character find this girlfriend that he was dating while he was home. And it's like one of those stories where the old senile dude helps the young guy, gets his journey, whatnot. But Al Pacino, you just got to watch it just for Al, how crazy over the top that he goes. I think he goes crazy during the Thanksgiving dinner too that they were at. Like he's just like tossing food around and whatnot. But yeah, that's my picks.
All right. Thank you very much for that wonderful illumination of your.
No one
pick.
saw the movie, Mike. I had to explain the movie.
All right. So I looked up, and the lists were mostly like, the family needs to get together and learn how to love one another and all that bullshit. So here's a couple of movies that you might watch on Thanksgiving. Now, we could say Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, but I love Charlie Brown, but the more I watch it, the more I realize it's like high school play, or I mean like not high school, like middle school play, elementary school. They're like, hey, we're going to make turkeys with our hands, and you're going to be a native for it's kind of insulting a little bit now.
I don't. As I got older, I don't like what they did to the black kid during that Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah,
Terrible.
didn't he get like they didn't have a chair for him or something?
Yeah.
Is that when he's sitting on the other side and everybody's on one side? It's like all the white people on one side and
Yeah.
like the
I think they
black
put
kid
him
on
next to
other
the
side.
kid who always has dust around him. The dust mite kid. I think he's sitting next to Dusty Kid.
Oh, what's his name?
Dirty? I don't know.
Dusty.
Dirty.
No, what
Dusty.
is his name? It's not
Um,
Dusty. This is really sad. I feel like we should know his name.
I don't want to Google it.
No.
I'm gonna Google it. Hold on.
No,
Are you talking about the
we
dirty
it has
kid?
to come from
Yeah,
our
the dirty
brain.
kid,
His name
Mike.
is Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Pigpen. There it is.
Pigpen,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Yes. And nobody tells Pigpen to take a shower. It's kind of bullying a little bit.
It's kind of bullying.
Oh,
a little
no,
bit.
they're trying to be nice.
What about the kid with the pee blanket?
Who has a pee blanket?
There's the kids walking around with
Schroeder.
a pee blanket.
Isn't that,
No, that's
No, that's-
Linus. Linus has the
Linus.
Linus has the Schroeder has the piano.
Yeah, Schroeder plays the piano, and I think Franklin was the black kid.
Yes.
Wait, all these guys got stuff and talent, and Franklin's just the black kid.
He's the token.
That's his talent.
Yeah, he's the diversity hire.
That's why I like that the black kid in South Park is named Token.
Token.
Okay, yeah.
I'm doing that.
Woo!
And Token didn't like Black Panther, by the way.
I know, and he was mad that he was forced to say that he liked it because everybody expected him to like it. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Very good episode.
All right. So here's a couple of movies for you to watch. Number one, Addams Family Values.
Ugh.
This is the second Addams Family movie. If you remember, Wednesday Addams takes the Thanksgiving play at the summer camp and blows up everybody.
That was the best part of the entire
It
movie is
was
when she
so
goes
good.
she goes dark.
Darker. That's right.
Starts raining real arrows at them.
So if your kid asks you to watch the new animated Addams Family movie, say no and show them the two movies from the early 2000s.
Rest in peace, Raul Julia.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, rest in
His-
peace.
And unfortunately, his last role was that
Street
that
Fighter,
horrible Street
M.
Fighter
Bison.
movie.
I know.
Talk about going out. Okay,
Psycho Crusher.
James, I'm surprised you didn't pick this one. Rocky 1. 'Cause Rocky goes on his first date with Marion on Thanksgiving Day.
yeah, Rocky 4 is Christmas. Rocky 2 is 4th of July. Yeah, I see the trend there, Rocky.
Did they do that on purpose? I guess probably.
I don't know because Rocky 3
No.
didn't have a theme.
No.
Or did it?
It was
And we
Mr.
just didn't pay
T.
attention.
That's right.
No, I would have noticed. Mr. T.
All right. Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, has a Thanksgiving scene
That's right.
where the Green Goblin almost finds out he's Spider-Man.
That's correct.
And my actual pick, I just watched this movie about 3 months ago. It still holds up, and that is Trading Places with Eddie Murphy.
Yes, I totally forgot about that one. That's
I
a good
did.
one.
That's a good one.
It is
Good
a
catch.
good movie. Dan Aykroyd as well.
Yeah.
Fun movie. That's my Thanksgiving pick, everybody. All right, we're gonna pause for station identification.
Be back after these messages.
So to wrap up, I got two quick things. One, we talked about Thanksgiving, and I forgot to ask this question. What is your favorite side dish for Thanksgiving?
Side dish? What are those?
Side dish. You know, I've seen
Wine.
a lot of turkey hate.
Red
Not the
wine
side
and
chick,
whiskey.
James,
Take
not the
that
side
turkey
chick.
hate and go away.
Red wine
Turkey
and
is awesome.
whiskey.
Side dish.
Whiskey.
Whiskey and red wine.
That's it.
Get out of here, you alcoholic. Give me a
James, you
side
should
dish.
say it like 5 more times.
No, it's gotta
Red
be
wine and whiskey.
Are you putting that in your cranberry sauce or something? Give me a side dish.
Oh yeah, I am.
Number one, turkey is disgusting
Yeah.
Oh,
unless it's fried.
Fried
deep
turkey.
fried turkey is amazing. Be careful.
Amazing.
Do not put a frozen turkey in a deep fryer. You'll kill
Bad
somebody.
idea.
Blow up. Yeah.
Bad idea.
Give me a side dish. Side dish. What's your favorite?
Baked macaroni and cheese.
I'm good. Hey,
That's my main dish.
We
That's
just
not
had
my.
that
That's my main
conversation
dish.
earlier.
That's not my side dish.
no, it's for me. It's the stuffing on Thanksgiving,
Stuffing in the bird or out of the bird?
and the bird is good.
Nice. Okay. Okay. In the bird stuffing. Brooks, what's your favorite side dish?
I'm also going baked mac and cheese
Oh my
And-
gosh.
But how's that everyone's side dish? That's like
because
the
the main dish is turkey, and then everything else
Turkey.
is a side dish.
A big giant turkey leg, and then everything
protein
else
is never-
rings
The
around it.
protein is never the side. Remember
exactly.
Yeah, but there's protein in mac and cheese too. The cheese. Come on, man.
Cheese cannot
Um,
be your main protein.
You're having a
Also-
horrible
It was
meal.
for Big
You're having
Mama
a
and soul
horrible
food.
meal.
That's what Big Mama and soul food.
Thank you later.
If
Also,
you want, yeah, go ahead, Brooks.
as a very close second, I will say mashed potatoes. Also,
If
With
it's a home,
gravy,
if it's made
or butter.
like
Yeah.
fresh mashed potatoes, not that.
yes,
right, fresh
box.
mashed potatoes, butter, and gravy.
Yeah,
butter and
I give you
gravy.
that.
Going
I
all
give
the
you
way,
that.
Yeah.
all the way out there. All right,
Yeah.
James,
that she just took the one other than whiskey.
mashed
and wine.
potatoes.
Yeah, mashed potatoes.
So you have
Homemade.
like, so I picture James's plate as a giant plate of mashed potatoes with whiskey poured in the middle.
And mac and cheese next to it.
And mac and cheese, yeah.
That's why I do 2,000 calorie cardio the morning of because I know what's about to hit my heart and liver.
So normally my favorite thing about Thanksgiving is the ability to have mashed potatoes and stuffing on the same plate because you don't normally get those at the same time. And that's
Yeah.
True.
but I'm gonna come up with a different one because one of my new favorites is sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes with brown sugar.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh.
good.
No
Side
raisins.
dish. Who puts
No
raisins?
raisins.
Oh, okay.
You guys
Oh
do.
yeah,
It-
you
you
guys
guys
do.
No, no, no. Do
Yeah,
not put
yeah,
that
you
shit
do.
on
That's
me.
cool.
There are
Yeah.
no
You guys do.
raisins.
Right
Raisins
next to
up
that
in here.
string bean casserole plate
Right
was
next to the
Yeah.
green bean, the three
First
bean
of all-
casserole. Like that's
They're
definitely you guys. It's yours.
I will say
You gotta hold
this.
that.
Wait, I will say this. I agree. I don't think green bean casserole is great, like an average green bean casserole, but my aunt
Don't disappoint
makes a
me. Don't
great
disappoint
green
me.
bean casserole,
aunt.
and it's actually
authentic
really
Caucasian white man.
Don't disappoint
no.
me.
And she's not she's Asian. Thank you. She's not white, but she makes the best green bean casserole. I will only eat her green bean casserole. Any other green bean casserole, I will not have.
Okay.
Hers
I'll
is
say-
good though.
You know what?
Yeah.
I can't. Go ahead, Chris.
I have 0 raisins in any single thing I eat on Thanksgiving. It's like if you put like
Not
solid,
even in the stuffing.
not in the stuffing. No,
Ew.
it's the same thing. Like there are people who put full. It's like having corn and cornbread, like the big chunks of corn and cornbread.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It ruins the meal.
Corn by itself during Thanksgiving, I don't like.
Oh,
I
a
don't
side
mind-
of corn.
I don't mind a
love
side of corn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit of corn. Yeah. Do you, not on the cob. It's just
Right.
On the
Loose
cob,
corn.
yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
No, we don't do on the cob. It's just a can of corn. But
Can of corn.
Like I
That's
can't-
fine. That's
corn.
better than. I'd rather that than the freaking.
that's
I'm
right.
not still like for Thanksgiving. I prefer the savory stuff. I don't like the sweet stuff so much. But like people who do cranberry sauce, like we
What
always
about
make it, but I
pies?
never eat the cranberry sauce for the.
Never.
I'm not
I
generally
love
a
cranberry
cranberry
sauce.
sauce person.
If it's
Cranberry sauce
again,
is
if it's
gross.
freshly made, I
What?
like it. If it's canned, no.
What?
I've
It
never
has
had
to
good-
be from
I've
the
ne-
can. The can is the best cranberry sauce.
No.
Nah,
If it doesn't
authentic.
have the can ridges around the around the
That's right. It's-
No, no,
Throw it away.
no.
Leave it there.
It's gonna be
Oh,
a bad experience.
no.
It's part of the
no.
design.
That's so
You've been
nasty.
eating at Big Mama's house, I see, from Soul Food.
That's
No.
right.
You might not
So
eat
wait.
long, but you're eating good.
Can we talk about pie really quick?
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
pie.
thought you said Taco Bell pie, and I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
No,
Kitty,
no
that's my
Taco Bell
pie.
pie.
That'll be a no need to talk about that.
Pumpkin pie, apple pie, which pie?
What is your favorite pie to have on Thanksgiving?
It's got to be pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie.
I prefer apple, but pumpkin
Yeah,
is
same.
the Thanksgiving
Yeah,
pie.
I like.
What about
yeah,
sweet potato pie?
Oh, I ate those during the meal. That's what the sweet potatoes are for in the meal. I
That's
don't eat
true.
them in a pie form.
All right, that's fair.
I prefer the pumpkin pie, but it has to have whipped cream.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
a big scoop.
If not,
like
then I can't have
pumpkin
it.
pie with a nice bourbon.
Wow.
Goes
James
down
is like
great.
3 sheets to the window already because he's been drinking.
Can't wait. I gotta make a run tomorrow. Can I get the pumpkin pie and the bullet over there?
All right.
Anything with a side of liquor.
Every bite.
Wait, hold
James-
on. And you guys do ham, like, because in my
Yeah.
wife's family, they
Yeah.
do
We did
ham.
ham 1 year, I think.
I prefer the ham to the turkey, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, my
Yeah.
my father-in-law does a great ham.
We do ham at Christmas, so we don't do ham at Thanksgiving.
Is that a thing? Like a
Quiet as kept.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas is the same meal. I don't know why
Chris-
the difference.
Christmas is a ham meal.
Christmas is
Except for we add eggnog. That's the only difference.
Oh, I love eggnog.
Thanksgiving with
I'm
egg- I
all
love
about
eggnog.
eggnog.
Yeah, add eggnog
Yeah,
to the whiskey.
homemade Caribbean version of that.
That
the,
to me is
white
like
American.
the best part of the Christmas season is like when they start selling eggnog in the grocery store. Yes. Now
I had last week. I had eggnog with my Russian chocolate, and it was really good.
Oh,
Yeah, but-
throw some vodka in there next time. Throw
Yeah.
some vodka in there.
But Chris, what's the difference between Christmas meal and a Thanksgiving meal?
Ham versus turkey.
Hmm.
What? We had like normally
Christmas
I
ham.
feel like there was ham and turkey on Thanksgiving.
Same here.
Yeah,
we
I have
don't.
both.
Kind of
We only
could be a
do one.
one-dimensional
Not
protein
White
kind
people don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do
Okay.
2 proteins.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Are you
God.
serious?
Oh, we've done multiple turkeys. Like we've done a deep
You've
fried
done multiple
turkey
turkeys?
and a regular
Yeah.
baked turkey. They have
Yeah.
to be done differently though. If you do 2
Yeah.
turkeys, they have
so
to be
you've
cooked
differently
differently.
done turkeys?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I've seen that too, Keith. I've
If you
seen that.
you
I've
would
walked
be
in.
blown away if you came
I've-
to like a Caribbean Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I've
I
walked
would
in
love
and-
to. Can
'Cause
we
they're
can we
probably-
just
you-
all go to Keith's house next year?
You wouldn't see any turkey, but you'd see like at least 6 or 7 different types of meats.
See, I think
It's gonna be goat. It's gonna be chicken. It's
Mm.
gonna be, it's gonna be different types of pork. Definitely. Like, but you're not. It's gonna be some seafood.
This-
You're not gonna see a whole turkey though.
see, that's what I eat a giant turkey leg. Like that's my Thanksgiving main meal is a giant turkey leg.
My new
Like,
rule is only fried turkey.
I mean, what you're saying, it sounds like a barbecue, like a great barbecue, but not Thanksgiving dinner to me.
Oh, you bugging out? You should see what these plates look like.
Yeah,
I'm sure
man.
they look great. I'm
Like,
not
you
saying they're
missed it.
bad. I never say that.
And it's indoor, not outdoors.
Wait, so that thing that James just sent, I pull it up and I start reading. Unlike white Thanksgivings, the turkey is one of the least important parts of Black Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Wow, that is so harsh.
I know.
Totally don't care about.
Mind blowing.
You don't care
Yeah.
about the turkey.
And that's the one thing that y'all have.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love like the
Literally.
turkey is so cared for. It is hours and hours of preparation and cooking for a perfect Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff put inside the turkey, whether you put the giblets in the stuffing, whether
Oh,
you
boy.
put giant full carrots and onions in there, what do you put fruit in there? You can do all sorts of stuff with a wonderful turkey. I think you're just not getting enough of the well done turkey though.
You're wasting your time.
No,
Oh,
Tur-
Keith.
turkey soaks up those flavors. It's so good.
What flavors? You know, look,
And then you're missing the week after is just turkey
Hold on,
sandwich,
hold on.
big giant turkey sandwiches for lunch.
that's true. But then
That's the
the
ham.
next part of
That's
the
the
next
ham.
part
Oh,
of the
no, no, no.
article.
Ham sandwiches are not the same as turkey sandwiches.
no,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you're right because they're better.
No. Ham is breakfast, turkey is lunch.
Hold on,
Sorry.
Chris.
Go ahead,
So
Brooks.
the next part of the article says many uncles have begun deep frying turkeys lately for the Black Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
So basically, I think Keith actually wrote this article, and now he's just talking about
So there's a second article I sent.
y'all just refuse to believe how keyed in I am to Black culture.
Listen to this, Chris Brooks. 4 tips for Black people attending their first white Thanksgiving. Number 3, I just go straight to that. Aunt is pronounced aunt. It's unclear why. Yeah, they say Aunt Barbara. I don't know why.
Yes.
It's subtle, but I always notice it. Should you correct them? Yes. No, white people do not want to be
Yeah.
corrected.
I have two Aunt Barbs. 2 Aunt Barbs in my family. One on my side, one on my wife's side.
My family says aunt because my
Aunt or
aunt
auntie?
is always like,
Auntie here.
yeah. Well, she says
Yeah.
auntie, like we say auntie because
Oh.
Yeah.
my family's from New England. But my aunt says,
Whoa, don't throw that New England shade because I'm from New England and that shit don't go down.
Yeah, man. You're from a
Yeah.
different part
They
of New England.
auntie. But my
Auntie.
aunt says I'm your dad's sister. I'm not an insect that crawls on the ground.
Here's the last one. There will be no blessing over the food. I mean, they'll pray, but it'll go so fast you'll hardly remember it. This is one of the perks, a short prayer. Sometimes they won't even pray at all.
That definitely is the worst part. But, and it should say something about this though. Like, there's a time, like white Thanksgiving, there's a time that it starts. Like,
Mhm.
oh, everybody be here at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock,
Mhm.
whenever the time is. And that's when, man, Black Thanksgiving is like, it's an all day affair. Food comes out, it's literally
Especially if you're
ongoing
doing
eating.
multiple stops. If you're stopping by different family members,
Yeah,
for
and that shit might start at like
yeah,
11 o'clock.
I've done that.
Like it's
I've done that.
11 o'clock
There was
and
one year I
shit.
was a Hamed. We did like 5 different Thanksgiving stops.
Oh no, man!
Yeah, but you gotta pace yourself.
Yeah, see,
no. You
That's what
eat one giant plate.
that's what you do when you're accustomed to eating turkey.
and then you lay down.
It puts you out. Yeah, turkey.
You lay
That's why
down.
exactly we don't eat the turkey.
You
'cause
take a
it's
nice
dry.
nap. You watch some football. It's
Mhm.
a beautiful day. It is just
Mm.
you don't run around. You're not getting in the car and driving and eating a little bit here and a little bit there. You're wasting so much meal and nap time
and then you take to-go plates.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have
God.
so much food left over because you're getting like a 20-pound turkey, and like you got so
Is Mike starting
much.
his Thanksgiving meal right now? Like, what are you eating,
Yes.
Mike
He
is
already
done.
started it.
Mike? I see him licking his corn
He's
on the
eating his
cob.
mango. He's eating
Oh,
his
it's
mango.
I'm
So that's
telling
corn on
Oh,
the cob.
real good.
Wait, James,
Corn on the
what's
cob.
just because you already read 3 and 4? What's 1 and 2?
Oh, hold
And
on.
then
One was there will be no sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie only. I'm sorry.
No, because we have sweet potatoes with the meal. You don't need a sweet.
He already
potato
gave you the
pie.
rationale.
right.
It's already there. I don't need the
And-
crust.
You can see how they think.
Yeah, and two is
We put marshmallows on it too. There's marshmallows.
I've seen
on
that.
this
Yeah, I've
stuff.
seen that. I've had that. It's not bad.
Oh yeah,
It's
marshmallows.
like
Number
having a
two.
pie on your plate.
It's very sweet. Number two is I don't know what they put in that potato salad. No one knows. Don't eat it.
Wait, I have never had potato salad at Thanksgiving.
No.
Okay, when I go to my dad and stepmom's house, she makes potato salad
Yeah.
with raisins, and I'm like, nope, I'm good,
Yeah,
thank you.
I've had it.
Okay,
Yeah.
where is
But
I've
potato salad
never seen
definitely
that.
appears. It
Without calling out
definitely
any
appears on-
family members. Yeah, that's just
That's
yeah.
so weird.
Yeah.
See, I guess my family has better taste than that.
That's good.
Except for the turkey.
You guys don't try it.
The turkey's the best part, man. You gotta have a good, well done.
You only have one
turkey.
type of meat. But I'm gonna say the friends, even the white friends I had growing up, like it was always turkey and ham though. Like
Yeah.
they'd have a baked ham and a turkey.
Never. I've never seen
I mean,
that.
that's
I get-
New York. That's
I'll
that's New
just say-
York. I don't know.
So a part of that probably is also the size of the group. So like we don't have a lot of people coming and going. You have X number of guests. You
I'm
have
sorry.
maybe a guest, whether it's your family of 7 or 8, or maybe you have 12. It was Christmas, like at my wife's family is huge, really extensive. So there we would go for Christmas, and you'd have like 3 different meats and ham and sausage and all the side dishes and all that extension when you had like 30 people showing up. But for Thanksgiving, it's like you have 10 or 12 people, and so you have 1 or 2 giant turkeys and all the side dishes. So I don't know. Do you guys generally have more people than that? Do you have a lot of friends and family coming in and out and traveling around?
Yeah. Well, for me, we alternate. You know, my wife's sisters or my sister.
I've been to Thanksgiving at his.
Yeah, Keith has been over too. I think Brooks came in one, maybe. Yeah,
Probably.
it's a big. I won't say
they-
huge gathering, but it's big.
They do it. They do it up. But
Yeah,
multiple meats. Multiple meats.
multiple meats. We even have lasagna sometimes.
Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I
Dude,
feel like
yeah, I forgot to tell you. There's
What's that?
there's other carbs besides just
Dude,
like
that-
mac and
That's
cheese.
not Thanksgiving anymore. Now you're just throwing food towards the door.
And
That's
that's
not,
the
that's not
thing.
Thanksgiving
That's
anymore.
Now you're getting it.
Thanksgiving. Yeah,
No,
now
man.
you're
it's
getting
a
it.
celebration of eating.
Of eating. It's a celebration
Of eating turkey.
You guys, this article that James sent is really funny, and you should read it. As you guys are arguing about turkey, I'm reading this article, and it's hilarious.
There's an alternate version of that. White people attending black one.
Oh,
The prayer is going to be really long, longer than you've ever. I come from a family of deacons and ministers.
Yeah, the last time one of my children was supposed to say the prayer, he literally did the thanks for the food.
Hail Mary. Oh, thanks for the food.
Yeah, they like dropped it.
Thanks
They're
for the
like,
food, big guy.
he was never asked again for the blessing.
That was the plan.
yeah. He is a very smart thinker, let me tell you.
I'd say that. Well, I'm gonna skip. I was gonna do the Animaniacs thing, but we'll skip it. We'll talk about it another day.
Skip it. Brooks, enjoy your Thanksgiving out there.
Yes.
Thanks.
Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey
Enjoy your warm
and whatever
Thanksgiving.
other weird meats and main dishes you may have.
I'll take. Well, actually, no. It's gonna be
It's a
smaller. This year.
celebration of eating, Chris.
I might find
Yeah.
some photos from last year and send it
I'm
to
gonna
you,
be
Chris.
so full. I'm gonna take a
Of
great
what?
nap.
Last year's
Turkey.
Thanksgiving, yeah. Turkey wasn't even in the center. Oh yeah, it was in the center. Yeah, we still had to put it in the center. It's the biggest piece of meat.
The
This
turkey
says-
to me is just too. It.
And then the day after, I'm gonna have a giant turkey sandwich for lunch
Ugh.
with
Take the
crispy
biggest nap.
lettuce, mayonnaise. My wife puts on stuffing and cranberry sauce, which I don't do.
That turkey gets old like the very next day.
No,
Like,
it's so good.
You know what doesn't get old though? The ham.
the
A
ham.
nice baked ham.
I will do ham for breakfast. I'll cook that stuff up with some eggs or some sausage and some whatever else. Make
mean,
a nice
that
scramble out of it.
ham-
Some
Wait,
cheddar
so
cheese.
you would
some
you would
tomatoes.
you would pair the ham with sausage and other meats, but you cannot pair the turkey with any other meat.
No. White meat
Oh.
is different.
Now the truth comes out.
Yep, now we've got it. Wow, Chris, you're as red as Mike's shirt is.
Oh,
now we get down to it.
Alrighty,
Mike's
guys.
over here like, I don't even have any more food to eat while you guys keep talking. Please shut up.
Oh no, I'm still
I'm all
going.
out of snacks.
I'm good.
No, I'll expect to see your guys' plates, man, because now I want to see what you guys are actually
I
gonna
mean, well,
eat.
this year is going to be different.
yeah, this is gonna be
Nobody's
different.
going
Nah, it
anywhere.
won't be.
Like it's definitely.
It's just the
I'm
four
not
of
doing
us.
It's
It
gonna
won't
be
the
like
same.
it's gonna be like Chinese food delivery here. Or
That's Christmas Day.
oh,
Yeah,
do you do
that
that on
tradition-
Christmas Day?
Yeah, our tradition is Christmas Eve we have a big meal. Christmas Day we just go eat like hibachi or Chinese restaurant.
Oh, that's
That's
interesting.
our tradition. Yeah.
See,
it.
we
It's not
usually
tradition. That's not like some American capitalist tradition.
Yeah, not to clean anything. Not to clean anything.
well, because we used to go to the different families like the day before, or like there's like an entire month of family Christmases with all the different groups of families. So you have like 4 or 5 Christmas dinners
Yeah.
with different groups of people in different places. Sometimes it's Italian food, sometimes it's Chinese food, sometimes
We do
it's
that.
ham, sometimes it's home baked. But you're just going all over the place, all over town, having different dinners and present delivery.
Yeah. We go through that. But Christmas Eve is always
Wrap
the
it
big
up,
one.
B.
Wrap it up, B.
Like,
Wrap it up.
cut it out.
This dude's eating a whole mango while we're talking.
Yeah, I think we dragged this Thanksgiving question on quite a while.
No one
Uh,
cares about
no, it's good.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you for teaching me about a Thanksgiving I did not know about.
That's
And
what
one of these
Thanksgiving's
days,
about.
you will appreciate a well-cooked turkey.
Deep fried turkey.
Deep fried turkey.
There you go.
Yeah, 100% correct.
All right. I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, follow us on social media at Hero Speak, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and like and subscribe and share our videos.
And maybe one of us will make a what should we call Brooksy's segment.
Oh yeah, the poll. We gotta do a poll.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, leave comments, guys and gals. I know you're watching. Leave comments.
We see a couple on YouTube. I see
Yeah.
you, Phil. I see you
Yeah.
there.
Thank you, Phil. Mr. Consistent.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.